I know, I know.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Ironic because we're not going to be talking about that character. Super Smash Flash 2 and Super Smash Bros. Crusade. If you saw the last video, you know what we're about to do. We're about to go over every single character from Melee and Brawl that are both in SSF2 and Crusade. But first, let me just say, I like both of these games. I've played both of these games and will continue to play both of these games. But we're going to have different opinions on some of these characters. I just know it. And if we do, let me know why you don't think I'm right. Tell me in the comments. I read all the comments on the last video. Didn't reply to all of them, but I read them. Also, I don't know if I need to make this apparent, but the characters need to be in both games for me to talk about them, so you thought Dr. Mario or Ike were going to be mentioned in this video? I'm sorry you had to find out this way. But Crusade, you've been a bit busy over there since the last 6 months. Gosh dang. Oh, what have you been doing? Oh, I know. Making a whole new update? So, if you guys don't know, they added a new update for Crusade. They enhanced the movement, they gave some characters new movesets, they changed the sprites for some characters. Vegeta? So yeah, let's get this out of the way. We will be using the new version of Crusade for this video. Which also means we gotta talk about the characters that they changed from our 64 video. And whenever SF2 decides to get that rock moving, we can then compare the newer versions. There was a comment on the last video though of the new update and the character changes that happened, so thanks for that. Here's a fist bump. That being said though, looking at the changes, we won't be changing the score for any of these. They're good, but not enough to change my view on the character. Closest one is Donkey Kong though. I don't know, I'm still thinking on that one. It's a pretty good new moveset. He's throwing barrels now. He's getting shot out of barrels. It's different from the usual, Donkey Kong formula. But, yeah, no, we're keeping the scores. Last thing before we begin, I'm only going over this because it's a huge update for Crusade. Don't come at me with the small update that Crusade made Ness's hat bigger and it changed the score.
We do not care.
Alright, let's talk about the princess.
Peach
Versus
Peach.
Oh boy, I hope you're ready for me to say it, but Peach in SF2 and Crusade are literally the same. The turnips, the parasail, the float is all there. She's still doing it. The only difference Crusade did was that they added Toadsworth instead of Toad, which, hooray! I mean, he's getting more screen time than he's ever gotten in most Mario games, so good for him. Also, they changed the animation for it. He's not shooting out the gas like in previous games, he's just pushing it back. Guess I figured Toadsworth was too classy for that. And also, I guess she gives you more peaches in the final smash? You see the straws I'm grabbing at, right? Okay, so the last video I tried to avoid ties because I figured I wanted every character to have a definitive winner. Like, I didn't want to do ties because I felt, oh, we'd be doing too many ties. But man, you're giving me nothing here. These are just the same character. I'm giving it a tie. I'm sorry. You forced my hand here.
Bowser
versus
Bowser.
Moving on to her Mr. MVP, we have Bowser. Bowser in SF2 is mostly the same. He has the same up B, same side B, same down B. But the neutral B is different. It's no longer the multi-hit fire, it's now just the fireball from the classic games. Which technically isn't SSF2 original, because they already did this in Smash 4, because it was a custom move for Bowser in that game. Yeah, custom moves, you remember those? Crusade decided to go in a different direction though. They kept the up B, the neutral B, and the down B, but decided to change the side B. No longer will Bowser be grabbing you and slamming you. Now he'll be grabbing you and throwing, chomping, and if he misses, he'll still get the slash. Okay, I guess. It's not bad, it's just weird that they changed it. What was wrong with the Bowser Slam? But then we look at Giga Bowser. Yeah. Look, I get it. Making animations for a sprite that big is gonna take an entire country. I don't even want to hear the horror stories how SF2 got theirs. But it's still kind of mid. Gonna have to give this one to SF2.
Pichu.
Versus.
Pichu.
Alright. Wait. Stop right there. Let's talk about the fact that both SSF2 and Crusade figured it was appropriate to add Pichu over every other Pokemon in existence. Even the ones from Smash that were added. They decided to add Pichu? I mean, no disrespect to the little guy. That dude was top tier in Ultimate for a good while, but Pichu? You know, there's tons of other Pokemon you could have added. SF2, you still have a legendary Pokemon that you still haven't added. You know, one of the most popular ones, everyone knows him, Mr. Incredible. To give them credit though, both SF2 and Crusade changed Pichu's moveset. So we're gonna get something interesting here. Let's start with SF2. They changed the neutral beast so it goes more into the air, unlike Pikachu's that goes on the ground, and is annoying. And they gave a new gimmick to Pichu called Discharge. When Pichu eventually does keep hurting himself over and over, he'll get to a point where he can use that energy and make his move stronger. It's like Aura, but better. I like this because you're gonna keep damaging yourself. That's Pichu's whole entire thing. It's the reason he's a joke character in Melee, because he hurts himself. He's a baby man. He can't do his move properly. But now he has something to look forward to when he keeps hurting himself. Final Smash is also pretty new. It now has him sit in place with the ball. When it's over, a lot of electricity just forms everywhere on the ground. But you know you're not dropping off a platform if you die to that. So it's more of that will help you if they're not dead. Crusade decided to go in a different direction though. They also figured that if you're going to be hurting yourself, you should be looking forward to something. So they kept all of Pichu's moves for the most part, but changed 2 of them. First one we'll talk about is Psybe. This is his new one. Now hold up, don't put him in low tier yet. The way it works is that every time Pichu gets damaged, and the more damage he takes, the stronger his Psybe will become. Also, tiny little thing they added is you do forward air twice in the air, it becomes Iron Tail, which kinda cool. Hats off to both games though. They added a freaking weird pick like Pichu back into their games, and decided to actually make him interesting, and not just Deku Pikachu. I'm gonna give this one to SF2 though. Discharge changes all the specials, and not just one of them like Crusade did. Also, I just really like the changes they did a bit more, like the neutral beat being different. Also, while I like Crusades, the fact that you have to build up to it means that for the majority of the match you just won't have a side beat, because there's no way you're using it at 0%, or 1%, or even 20. So, yeah, you're just gonna have to wait.
Falco.
Versus.
Falco.
Surprisingly enough, they're both actually pretty different. They have different up tilts, the innovation! But no, for real, they do have some small contrast. For starters, SF2 has the Donkey Kong Fox problem where he has no ults, and you know how that makes me feel. SF2 does have the standard Falco moves, but they kinda just feel like foxes.
Are you stupid? They always have been.
I will harm you, Paul. What I'm getting at is that Falco and Crusade gives you a bit more option with that. For example, with down B, he can have it just be near him, or he can kick it. So you can kind of mix people up with that option. I didn't mention this for Fox's comparison, but you can side B and then up B in Crusade. You can't do that in SF2. If you side B, you go into pratfall, meaning you fall and die, and it's sad. I don't know how much I like that. Reason is because you can easily hit Fox and Falco out of their recoveries. It's been done before, and it keeps happening because they're easy to hit out of. And they get spiked so often from it. Now, it might be for balancing reasons. Maybe SF2 didn't want Fox and Falco to be broken with their recoveries. But I don't know, man. I like Crusade's way of doing it. Finally, the final smash. SF2 and Crusade have different ways of doing it. SF2 goes for a UI option where you can have a reticle on screen, you shoot the opponent, you get bombs, it's cool. Then Crusade goes for the flying through the air option like a lot of other Final Smashes. Personally, I'm more of a fan of SF2s because you're facing forward in Star Fox, so it feels more like I'm in the ship. Whereas in Crusade, yeah, I'm flying around, but I don't know, it feels more Star Fox in SF2. That being said though, I'm giving this one to Crusade overall, which means that SF2 is 0-2 with Star Fox characters. Maybe, you know, someone will fix that.
Marth
versus
Marth.
Do I even need to say it? Do you even want me to say it? You know what I'm gonna say. Let's start with SF2. Tiny gripe, right off the bat. Why is Marth facing the other way? I can't see him. Where's the armor? The homies want to see the armor. And another victim of the no ult curse. Hope you get here soon, buddy. Other than that, it's Marth. He has the same moves as every other version of Marth. You play Marth in any other game, you play them in SF2. Now for Crusade, they did something interesting here. The arrow's back, and you have 3 options this time. Spoiling us over here. First option is Tipper, which plays like Marth. He plays exactly how Marth plays in most of the Smash games. You have the Tipper at the end, you need to hit the Tipper to get more damage. You understand that, right? The next one plays more like Lucina, where it's just, you know, basic sword fighting. All the damage is spread throughout the sword, so you don't have to worry about getting the tip of the sword. Also, pretend that ult's Lucina. And the last one is Roy, where you have to hit near the beginning of the sword to deal the most damage. He even has Roy's neutral special. That's right, they took the Ryu Marvel vs. Capcom approach and gave you 3 different characters in one. Yeah, just for that alone, I gotta give this to Crusade.
Ganondorf
versus
Ganondorf.
Oh boy, here we go. Ganondorf, aka Captain Falcon 2. Since his rushed add into Melee, he's had the same moveset, just Captain Falcon but a tad bit different. And no one likes it. Smash fans don't like it because, let me think, he's garbage. Every single game he's in besides Melee, he's in F tier. Oh, but SK, I love playing Ganondorf, he's fun. Yeah, I agree, he's a fun character. I love playing Ganondorf. But if you want to get top 8 in like a tournament or something, you better hope you have the brain power of a JoJo character. You could also resort to just having this game running through your bloodstream if that's just too much for you. Zelda fans don't like it because it barely fits the character. This dude took 3 games to pull out the sword instead of just looking at it, seeing if he left it at home. And this thing didn't even graze the surface. Call it Gojo's limitless technique, because I don't even think it touched it. All in all, this is probably the most wanted moveset change that people want. You get your roly-poly 5-minute crafted moveset self out of here. We will get to you later. So, with all that being said, this was SSF2's and Crusade's chance to make a Ganon that felt like Ganondorf. So, let's check out SSF2. What did they do? So, SF2, let me just sit you down for a minute. You had the opportunity to change Ganondorf's moveset. Yes. To make him feel more like Ganon, and to make it a true version of the Ganon that people want in Smash Bros. That's correct. But the only changes you did were that it's Twilight Princess Ganon using his sword. He has a different up B where he now throws you instead of exploding you. And you change the animation for down special. It's cool, isn't it? Wow. That's really cool as stuff too.
For the love of God! For the love of God!
Look man, I get it. Stay true to the Smash version. You don't have to think too hard about how this new one plays. If you played them in Smash, you played them in SF2, I get it. It makes it easier for people to just jump in and play Ganon. But gosh dang it man, Ganon is one of the characters people want changed the most. Why is he still the same? Whoa, stop! I'm Future SK. I show up whenever past SK messes up. Today's mess up, I'm playing Devil's Advocate for myself. See this move? That is SSF2 Ganondorf Neutral Air. That is not in Ultimate. It is not Smash 4. It is in none of the Smash games. It is in Project M. See this? That's Mario Fireball. You know what that is. Watch this. I missed. Ganondorf just reflected Mario's Fireball. Just like in his game, he reflects projectiles. It's a reference to his game. So, SSF2 does have some changes. Also, they do have this change. You can charge it. I missed that. I mean, this one's similar to Falcon, but I mean, it's a start. I still wish there were more changes, but I'm happy with the ones that we do have for him. Die. Anyway, back to the video. And I don't even care if you didn't like change his normals or anything. Those are fine. You could have kept those. But at least like 2 special moves. Just 2. Is this Ganon still fun? Absolutely. Ganon's always been fun. I love playing Ganon. But I just wish they would change more moves. I really do. And here, my friends, is where I think Crusade really did understand the assignment. Crusade Ganon has a ton of changes. His aerials give Cloud a run for his money. The only 2 moves that didn't change were Dare and Forward Special. Neutral Special has him shooting out his classic projectile. And if it's already out, if he does Neutral Special again, he can reflect other projectiles. Oh my gosh, a reference to the game he's from. I'm crying. Up Special has him float into the air, and he can levitate. He can fly, just like in his game. And oh my gosh, the new down B. It has him flying to the air and slam the ground. It stuns, it spikes, it tucks you to bed at night. It can do it all. Okay, that's a bit of exaggeration. But this Ganondorf actually feels like I'm playing the one from the games. It feels like Ganondorf. And yeah, I think this one's easy to predict. This one goes to Crusade.
Mr. Game & Watch
versus
Mr. Game & Watch.
Hey, by any chance, did you play Game & Watch in Smash 4? Yeah, you know where this is going. Yeah, SF2 is literally just Smash 4 Game & Watch. There's nothing much to say here. Next. Oh, Crusade added the arrow to Game & Watch. Let's see what that does. Why does that say Ultimate? So, the arrow has come back. And this time, it lets you play as 2 versions of Game & Watch. The OG version and Satan. OG is similar to older versions of Game & Watch, where instead of the fishbowl, it's now the parachute. And Ultimate is what the name suggests. It's Smash Ultimate Game & Watch. Bombs and all. Now this one might surprise you, but this one's a tie. Oh my gosh, SK gave it a tie, but what about the Smash Ultimate moveset? Man, that's cool, but I don't really care for the Smash Ultimate moveset. It's fine. It's annoying in Ultimate, but it's fine here. At least for Link and Marth's case, the former is a moveset that's never before seen in Smash, and the latter is bringing in 2 characters that are not in Crusade. This is just Ultimate Game & Watch. I mean, I've seen this before. Yeah, this is like a Peach case where they just play so similarly I can't even feel a difference, unlike Mario and Fox. So yeah, this one's a tie. And that does it for all the Melee characters they both have. Here's the score for this part, and here's it combined with the last part. Yeah, you can see that Crusade's winning me over a bit more with the Melee side, but hey, we still got a couple of Brawl characters to look at, so let's see if SF2 can win me back over.
Meta Knight versus
Meta Knight.
Alright, you might be surprised about what I'm about to say here. Stay glued to your seat for this one. Meta Knight in SF2 is Meta Knight in literally every Smash game. Tornado, pierce the heavens, kill off the top, instant transmission, it's all here. And his normals are pretty much the same. Yeah, it is Meta Knight. Let's check out Crusade. And Crusade's also pretty much the same, except for one teeny tiny change. They brought back the glide. Oh my gosh. Someone call an ambulance for the Brawl players. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. The glide is not as good as it was in Brawl. He doesn't even fly as many times as he did in Brawl. It's not the same. Now, I could be wrong about the glide. Maybe it's super good and you can like fly across the screen and you can just fly under the stage and all that. And you can just stay in the air all the time. But you're not finding out on this channel because, you know. This one's gonna be more of a Mario Fox case where they just feel a tad different from the other version. And Meta Knight SF2 feels that way. I just like playing him a bit more than the Crusade one. He just feels a lot better to play, feels a lot better to combo with. So I'm going with him. But the glide is cool.
Wario versus
Wario!
SSF2 and Crusade's Wario's feel like if Smash actually remembered that Wario World and Wario Land existed. Oh, but SK, what about the dash attack? It's literally from those games. Yeah, Crusade and SF2 went a bit harder with the references. Let's start with Flash. They added a new down smash and side B. Now they're more land / world type moves. Sadly, this does mean the bike is gone though, which means Wario can't run over children anymore. His grab is also now the grab and shake from his classic games, robbing you of all your worth. Crusade also added Wario world / land type stuff, but in different places. Forward smash is now the shoulder tackle. The longer you charge it, the further it goes. Neutral special is the shake, and down air is the butt smash, which instantly makes it better than the old one because Wario sits on you. I can hear the cheers already. The bike is still here though. You can ride it and hit people, or it gets destroyed and you can throw the tires at them. Wario Man's the final smash for both of them, but they play out differently. SF2 allows you to play him and run around and stuff, just like in the older games before Ultimate. And Crusade is more of a cutscene, like Ultimate. Both are pretty good, but I do like spamming moves, so I'm gonna have to say SF2 is better with that one. Overall, I gotta give this one to Crusade. I like their changes just a tad bit more, but I gotta say Crusade's down smash is really good. I gotta give a hand to both of them. They did an amazing job changing Wario up to be more like Wario World and Land. Both deserve a Wario walking out of the W door.
Sonic versus
Sonic!
So, it's finally come to this. If Ganondorf is the top character that people want a moveset change for, Sonic is right behind him. It all started when he was finally added in the Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Back then, he was a late inclusion, so we understood that his moveset was gonna take some liberties, you know? Plus, most people were just happy to have him in the game at all. Then Smash 4 rolls around. He still has pretty much the same moveset. Okay, a little disappointing since he's had a couple of games since then. I mean, back when he was first added to Brawl, the newest game was 06. But, you know, it's whatever, We can still play him and have a good time, I guess. Then Ultimate rolls around and he still has the same moveset. Bro, I'm tired of him being in the freaking ball. Give him more to do. There are so many games you can pull from for Sonic's moveset. Spin-offs, 3D games, 2D games. One of those spin-offs is a fighting game I forgot to mention. Actually, 2 of them are fighting games. And he still has the same moveset. And look, hear me out. I don't want every move he has to be a reference. I'm not the biggest fan of those movesets. But, come on man, you gotta give him more than just balls. The only plus with his moveset is that it's gotten him higher in the tier list, which, cool I guess? Still mid moveset though. So once again, SF2 and Crusade had an opportunity to fix the moveset. This is a fan game after all, so they can do whatever they want with the moveset and make it more true to Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see what they did. For SSF2, they gave him the boost as his side B. And for his forward air, it's that one move from Sonic Battle. Everybody loves to say should be his forward air because this is forward air in Project M. But other than that, most of it's the same. Crusade said, I need more Sonic Battle moves, so they gave him the kick, and the kick, all from Sonic Battle. Boost is also on this Sonic too, but it's a meter, so when you build that meter more, it really feels like you just stepped into Unleash. That's pretty much all the changes.
But SK, what about the Sonic Frontiers Final Smash? I'm hanging on
Yeah, that's a pretty cool Final Smash. Too bad it's not in the game yet. But even if he did have that Final Smash, it wouldn't change the winner. Because none of these versions have the 2 flickies down smash. Where is Sonic shooting out 2 flickies on both sides? We're gonna have to give out our first 0 points to both games. Nobody wins.
Give me what I want!
Alright, joke over. Yeah, Crusade wins this one. The extra stuff they added was very cool, and I like their boost meter more than the boost type B in SSF2. However, I don't like their dash attack. Their dash attack takes forever to end. Bro, like this dude's over here kicking and I'm just sitting here with my controller in hand saying I'm waiting.
Lucario versus
Lucario.
The final Brawl character we're going to be talking about today is Lucario. SSF2 added a Psych Paralysis move, and Crusade added Sans Bones and a dash. The end.
Thank you so much for playing.
Lucario!
Other than that, they basically play like how Lucario plays in most Smash games. Crusade does have a gimmick off version of Lucario, so if you don't like feeling like a punching bag the entire game, you can turn off the gimmick. They also changed the Final Smash in Crusade. I'm gonna give this one to Crusade. I like their changes more, and I like their Final Smash a lot, and Sans Bones are pretty cool. And that's all the characters we're gonna talk about today. Yeah, now you see why I had to combine both Melee and Brawl's rosters. There just wasn't enough characters to talk about for Brawl. Imagine I did the Melee video, you guys waited, and then I came back to talk about 4 characters.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Fun fact though, we were going to talk about 5 characters. Zero Suit Samus was in Crusade, but they removed her because, well, she looks like this and they wanted to rework her, and I understand. So here's the score for Brawl, and here's the score for everything combined. Yeah, it seems like Crusade's winning me over a bit more in this video than last time, but that doesn't mean the SSF2 versions are bad, far from it. Characters like Pichu and Wario were really hard to narrow down because they were both really good. These videos mainly come down to which one I had more fun with and which one had the better changes in my opinion. So with those 2 characters it was really tough. Next time will be the finale of this series. That's right, we're going to be looking at Smash 4 and the exclusive original characters for both fan games. You might be saying, SK, where's Ultimate? They don't share any Ultimate characters. And when I say original to those fan games, I mean characters like Waluigi and Rayman. Which is going to be really fun because that means they can't look at Smash Bros for inspiration. We're talking all original movesets with this one. Alright, that's the end of this video. See you in another 6 months. No, I'm kidding. It'll probably come out sooner than that. I hope. One more thing before the video ends. Thank you guys so much for watching this far into the video. I figured you guys wanted a longer video, since the last one did pretty well. I wanted to increase the length of this one. And thank you so much for 1K subscribers. I can't believe we hit it this year. But, although this year's been pretty big for the channel, not in terms of the amount of uploads I've done. I'm going to try to fix that next year. So, I'm going to try to get these 2 videos out, and then I'm going to list off some stuff I'm going to do for 2024, get those videos done. And we'll see where the year takes us there. I do have a second channel. That channel's mainly going to be for like gameplay videos and topics that I just don't feel fill in the main channel. They'll be less edited on that channel, but they'll probably be more consistent than this channel in terms of how many times it gets uploads. But I will try to increase uploads on the main channel too, so don't worry, you'll have content on both. And that's about it. I'm going to try not to take 6 months again.